What is up, all my beautiful souls of the world? It is your girl, Baby J, Jalen the Alien, or whatever you would like to call me. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for taking your time to click on this video and to learn how to get more freaking magical and awesome, because you have all the power within inside you to manifest anything in your life and to be all like cool and like mystical and powerful and stuff like that. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about becoming more psychic and psychic ability, what psychic really means, what really the true essence of what being psychic means from my personal perspective. I'm going to go on a little ramble and just like really explain to you guys how you can personally work on developing your own psychic ability. When it comes to being psychic, the first things I'm going to talk to you guys about is being intuitive, because really psychic has a very like not negative connotation but a very striking connotation that most people, when they hear psychic, they either think it's a bunch of bullshit. Honestly, a lot of people think it's not possible, and a lot of people just have that classic image in their head in the movies of like, you know, the fortune teller with the really ridiculous outfit, you know, with the crystal ball and all that good old stuff. And some people might even think that being psychic is evil, because we are kind of taught that anything to do with like witchery and stuff like that is all associated with evil, when really that's not the case. I say this because a lot of the stuff in society that gives us power has often been demonized within centuries of living by a lot of people in power. For example, blackness and dark was demonized as evil. So it's kind of crazy how you have, you know, how you have black people being demonized as automatically suspicious and not to be trusted, or rapist, or just associated with evil or crime, negativity. The word choice and the stuff that has been implicated in society throughout years has an effect on our psyche and how we view certain things, and specifically things that give us power. It's no coincidence that for centuries women were seen as less than and below the man. It is not a coincidence that black people have been demonized in this country and all over for a very long time, and still kind of, but I'm not even gonna get too political for you guys. It's not a coincidence that anything associated with magic and spirituality that is not constructed by religion is automatically associated with evil. I'm here to share with you what truly being psychic means. Being psychic means being intuitive. Being psychic is that natural gut feeling that a large portion of human beings will experience in this lifetime, or have already experienced in this lifetime. It's that gut feeling that you're just like, I shouldn't go over there, or that person isn't good news. It's walking into a room and sensing that something is wrong. It's talking to a human being and sensing that something is wrong with them. They're not in the right space, or something may be good. Maybe they're hiding something really good and there's a surprise in the air. You're sensing energy. You know what I'm saying? Being psychic is sometimes knowing that something bad is going to happen. Being psychic is sometimes knowing that something great is going to happen. Being psychic is just being connected to your sixth sense. All of us pretty much experience being psychic, which really is synonymous with being intuitive. Tapping into your intuition, tapping into that deep knowing that can't be explained why you know, you just know, okay? That side of ourselves isn't necessarily respected. You know, society doesn't teach us to respect the intuitive or the feminine side of our being. And I don't mean feminine as literally like female, I mean feminine as in the intuitive knowledge, the creative, the abstract, you know what I'm saying? That side of every single human being, it's usually pushed aside as not something that is equal to, you know, the logical side of our being. But let me tell you, being a true genius has to do with embracing both the feminine and masculine aspect, but that is a complete different video, and I will talk about that later. But for right now, I'm going to teach you guys how to personally develop your own sense of intuition. From my experience, this is what works for me, and maybe it will work for you if you try it out. So now that we understand what being psychic really truly is, let's talk about how to improve and how to get in tune with your own personal intuition if you haven't so already. First things first, you want to try to sense into what your psychic language is. There's plenty different versions of psychic. I have them all right here. There's clairvoyance, which is clairseeing, claircognizance, which is clairknowing, clairaudience, which is clairhearing, clairempathy, which is clairfeeling, clairsentience, which is clairphysical sensing, clairtangency, which is clairtouching, clairgustance, which is clairtasting. There's all different types of clairs. Most people have lots of psychic gifts, but usually have a couple or one that is most dominant. My most dominant psychic abilities seem to be clairvoyance and clairaudience. I know this because if I am utilizing my own personal intuition, I will usually either see visions, I see auras, I see a lot. I can see things shifting. If I wanted to, I could see different spirits. I dream very vividly, and I usually have a lot of vivid dreams, so that's all like having to do with clairvoyance. And I also am really strong with my clairaudience, so I literally talk to my higher self and my intuition a lot. I'm always talking to myself in my head. Clairaudience kind of feels like a memory in your head, is how I explain it from my experience. If I were to say, look at that dog right there, and if you were to close your eyes and hear exactly what I just said, how I said it in my head, in my voice, that is kind of what clairaudience sounds like. You will hear messages in your head. It's not schizophrenic, it's like, it's good, it's positive. Although schizophrenia is probably just an overload of psychic ability, usually due to the brain not being able to process that much energy at once. But that is just a theory of mine. I would suggest studying the different clairs and kind of figuring out which one is more suited to you. What do you naturally do? You know what I'm saying? Stargirl the Practical Witch made an excellent series when it comes to do with discovering your, specific psychic, so definitely search her up in her series. I'm gonna make videos about it soon, so keep it posted. But for the meanwhile, check out the different types of clairs and see which ones you're more gravitated towards. I've experienced all of them, but clairvoyance and clairaudience is what comes naturally to me. Another tip, you want to meditate. Meditation. I made a video about meditation. Make sure you check it out. I'll put the link up here and down in the description box. Please meditate. Really, intuition is like, it's always there. Most people just don't hear it. Most people just don't listen to it because it's clouded by so much noise in our brains and from society and all that good old stuff. So you literally have this power and this knowledge all up in you already. It's not something that's coming from outside, it's something that's coming from within always. So being able to meditate and to just like relax your mind and your body and your spirit and your soul for a little bit, to really understand what's going on with your body, to really understand what's going on with your mind. You might be clairsentient to the point where you can walk into a building and you could be like, yo, something creepy is going on in here, like my body don't feel right, or I got shivers and chills. Like, you have to be able to be conscious of your body and aware to get those subtle cues, because it's usually very subtle. But unless it's in a very dangerous situation, I noticed that angels and stuff, that your intuition will shout out you when you really need to hear something, okay? So just really connect and meditate, and it's so simple. You can meditate for 5 minutes every day, 5 minutes every other day, a couple days a week, whatever the case is. But the more you do it, the more likely you will develop your intuition. Another good way to practice getting in tune with your intuition is what I like to call playing the numbers game. So this is pretty fun. If you have any friends that are basically interested in growing their intuition as well, do the numbers game, and it's simple. All you have to do is, find a buddy and like sit across from each other. You don't even necessarily have to sit across from each other. It could be on the phone, on FaceTime, whatever the case is. It's so simple. Just think of a number in your head and then send the number from your third eye to their third eye. Just imagine sending the number in your head to their third eye. Imagine it transforming in your head, and have them close their eyes and be in kind of like a meditative space. And you can help them out, like give them, a range between 1 to 50, 1 to 20, whatever the range is, and then just send the number to them. The first number that pops up in their head is usually the number that is yours.
You sending it to?
Mm-hmm.
7.
Yeah.
Ah,
yeah.
That's how we do it.
Yeah.
That's how we...
2?
Bro, no.
And 6.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to copy me?
I feel like 20.
Very close. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
44.
Damn, 43. 3.
See, I'm this motherfucker.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Do you have it?
Yeah, sending it right
63?
now. Bro, what?
63?
What the fuck? I ain't even gonna say yeah. Yo, that was dead on. What the fuck?
I just went for it.
Yeah, that's what I be doing. You gotta go for it.
This game is so helpful because not only is it fun, it's chill, and you're growing your intuition with like a friend, and you're both working on something together, which can be so fun and just very like lighthearted and just an easy way to not be so stressed out when it comes to growing your own intuition. And be chill about it. Like you're probably not going to be that good at first, or you might, who knows. But just be present to the experience and accept the experience and take it all in, and remember that this usually takes time to develop, and you'll probably get really good at it if you just stick to it. You might even be an automatic writer. Write whatever comes to your head. Write it like a stream of consciousness, whatever is coming to your head, and then you might suddenly look down on the paper and see that you're getting a message, or you're just like, I don't even know where that came from, like, because it's your higher self really communicating with you. So then you want to just practice on a daily basis. If you are really seriously interested in this, get involved in the psychic community on YouTube. So I'm talking pick a card videos. Pick a card videos is an excellent way to utilize practicing your intuition and getting in tune with your intuition all the time, because there's so many pick cards for everything, and a lot of the times they are monthly. You can just like search up on YouTube, pick a card for July or pick a card for August 2019, and you can practice using your intuition to select your psychic reading. What I like to do is always ask myself questions. I ask myself questions all the time. I am constantly like asking my intuition things 24/7. The simplest, most smallest things, I always ask my intuition. A lot of times it's just simple yes or no questions, and I do that on a daily basis, and I swear the first answer that pops up in your head without any hesitation usually is the answer that is coming from your higher self. It's the answer that is true and honest. And I mean anything. I can ask, do I want a banana or an apple? And then it'll be like banana. I'll just see the banana in my head, or I'll hear banana. And like Teal Swan did a good example of this, but maybe sometimes you don't necessarily consciously know what effect something is having on your body. Maybe the properties of a banana is something that your body needs way more than the properties of an apple, even though they're both pretty healthy on the, conscious level, but on the subconscious level you may not necessarily know what's going on. So I always just practice getting in tune with my intuition on a daily basis. When I'm driving in my car all around Los Angeles, if I notice that I'm approaching a light, I may ask myself, is the light gonna stay green or is it gonna go red by the time I get to the light? And then I'll get an answer in my head like, oh no, it's gonna stay green. So as soon as I get there and the light stays green, I'm like, oh yeah, I was right, And the more you do it, I swear, the better you'll get at it. When it comes to people, I ask all the time, can I trust this person? Yes. Can I trust this person? No. And get really specific as well. Like, can I trust this person right now in this moment about this particular thing? No. You can get an answer like, yes, in general you can trust this person, but when it comes to this specific thing, You gotta let that voice inside you guide you. You gotta let that gut feeling guide you throughout your whole life. So just constantly ask questions and get in tune with your intuition. And a lot of people will get confused. They'll like, I don't know, like I heard this answer. It's usually always the first answer, and it's the answer that you just know that is it, okay? You just know that is the truth, and like you cannot like dispute it. You just know. You have to know the difference between your ego talking and your spirit talking, okay? You gotta know the difference between fear talking and your lower conscious self talking and your higher self. And it's very distinct, but you'll notice the more you become aware on a very deep level, you'll know when your ego is talking to you, when that low vibe voice is talking to you, and when that high vibe presence is talking to you and communicating with you, and when you are communicating with that person, that inner person that we all have within us. You'll be able to figure it out the more you do it, but you have to test yourself. And try to test yourself in ways that is very instant gratification like, so you can see the truth. You know what I'm saying? You can instantly see if your intuition was right, and if you are wrong, do not get discouraged. Just keep on going and know that you will get better through time. You know, you have to practice though. Your third eye, which is in the center of your forehead, is also your intuition. So when you get used to stimulating your third eye, slightly, because you don't want to overdo it. Honestly, first you want to practice when it comes to your chakras. You want to really practice on your lower chakras to have that solid foundation, and then these get to the crown and third eye, which are all connected to the higher senses, the claircognizance, the clairvoyance, all the clairs, the intuition, the intuitive knowledge, and being able to channel and to receive and to all that good old stuff. That is what your crown and your third eye are gonna like do for you. I am not the best when it comes to this at all, but this could be very helpful for you. You want to stay away from stuff that isn't gonna serve your body in a healthy way. So you want to stay away from alcohol, you want to stay away from soda, you want to drink more water, you want to, you know, completely, honestly, I'm gonna make a video about alcohol later because it's really not good for your spirit. And I'm not like, you know, the person that's like, oh, thinks she's above everybody. I don't. I really not. I really just want to get the message out there. Alcohol literally is not good for your soul, and trust me, I've been there. I've dealt with alcohol addiction and all that stuff, so I know what I'm talking about. As a really sensitive being that used to be addicted to alcohol, like, trust me, I know what the effects of alcohol and what it does to the spirit and the body very, very much. I'm gonna make a video about that later, but try to stay away from drinking if you can. Also, try to incorporate more healthy foods in your diet, and if you can, try to not eat as much meat. I'm not gonna sit here on this camera and say, hey, yo, go full vegan and just do it. Like, no, that's your personal choice and decision, but I do know if you start incorporating healthy foods into your diet and fruits and veggies and stuff like blueberries and all the good old stuff, that actually helps, you know, clear your body. Stop bullying yourself when you get an answer in your head and being like, no, I don't know if that's true, like, it's probably, I feel crazy, you know, like, I can't trust that, like, I can't, there's no proof. Like, if you get an intuitive feeling and you just know something, just accept it and go for it. Stop second guessing yourself. Just do it. Like, just listen to yourself. And a lot of the times there's certain things that we don't understand. You could be like, should I go here, should I go there, and then you go here and then you have a totally bad experience and you're like, oh my god, I knew I should have went there. Sorry, my camera died and I have to say this. You don't know the plan, okay? You don't know the plan. You don't know how it all works. You might have had to have that experience because it was there to teach you something that you're gonna have to utilize in your future. When you start unpacking your intuition, you will start to know the answer and to why that had to happen, because you're gonna become so aware. But you have to be willing to listen. These are starter tips on how to increase your intuition, how to get in touch with that deep inner knowing and knowledge that we all have, and it's all sacred and it's all something that we should love about ourselves and that we should really connect to, because it will guide you. If you let your inner voice guide you, you let that natural connection to God guide you, that natural connection to the universe guide you, you will be able to navigate through life so much better and so much more at ease. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know how you enjoyed it down below. Like this video up, like seriously, like this video, support me. We gotta get these messages out there, y'all. Jalen the alien, you know what I'm saying? Before I go back home to my home planet, I want to get these messages out as much as I possibly can. So thank you so much for coming. I'll talk to you guys later. Mwah. Bye bye.